Okay, good morning, friends. Sorry for that. There was not no voice. You have to report me. You have to message me. Okay, we have to start the next part of this particular unit. In the last lecture, we talk about the principle of the flame photometry. In the principle, we have seen we are taking the sample solution. Okay, of the particular, it should be that sample should be in the salt form. We have to take the aqueous solution of this salt. Then what will happen, we are introducing that sample solution in the flame, then flame will convert into its gaseous atoms, then gaseous atom will go to the excited state and they will come again to the ground state by emitting the radiation in the form of the energy that we have seen for the particular your principle of this flame photometry. It is very simple. Then we have correlated wavelength. In the last lecture that I have discussed that particular part, then how that energy will be related with the wavelength. Then we have seen that particular Boltzmann equation also. Now we have to move. See, in the instrumentation part, you can see the important component is the, that is a burner or say flame. Then whatever the flame is there, then whatever the radiations are coming from this flame will send to the collimating mirror. Here it is a collimating mirror is there, you can see this is whole is the burner or say you can call it as the flame. Then collimating mirror is there. Then next part is the monochromator is there. Prism is used as a monochromator. Another monochromator diffraction grating can also be used, but here prism has been used. Then the next is whatever the monochromatic rays coming from this monochromator will send to the photocell. Then photocell will proceed that particular rays coming from this monochromator, and the role of the amplifier is that to amplify the signal coming from this photocell, and amplifier will send that particular signal to the readout device. The block diagram is there. It is not that much visible, but very simple diagram. These are the components, but the basic term or the basic thing in the particular this flame photometry is the preparation of the sample solution. It is very much important. Preparation of the sample solution is very much important as far as the flame photometry is considered. How we can prepare the sample solution? The method used for preparation of the sample solution is called as a nebulization or atomization. The basic requirement is there for the preparation of the solution. The solution substance is in the form of the aqueous solution. The substance which are not soluble in the normal solvent are first decomposed and then dissolved to the form solution in the suitable solvents. Then the sample solution is converted into a fine mist or an aerosol. This process is called as a nebulization or atomization. Means, what is an aerosol? Aerosol is nothing but a solution with the gas. You got this thing. What is there? Preparation of the sample solution. In the preparation of the sample solution, we have to see that particular nebulizer or say atomizer we have to use. Okay. Then that particular nebulization or atomization is done in the device. The device used in the flame photometry consists of the nebulizer or say atomizer. The nebulizer converts the sample solution into the spray, which is then introduced into the flame of the burner. You got this particular point? What will be there? The device used in this flame photometer is a nebulizer or say atomizer that will convert that sample solution into the spray, which is then introduced into the flame of the burner. Now we have to talk the important component of this type of the spectroscopy or say photometry is the burner or say the flame. For the flame emission spectroscopy, we can call it in short it as a FES. The temperature of the flame required is about 2000 Kelvin. The flame is produced in the burner by burning the fuel gas and oxidant gas. Which fuel gas are used? The highlighted things are there. You can see there acetylene is there, propane is there, or hydrogen. And oxidant gas is nothing but air. Okay, nitrous oxide or oxygen diluted with the nitrogen or simply the oxygen. It may come for the MCQ purpose of view. It is a very much important. Now, there are two types of the burner used in the particular FES. First type is the total consumption burner and the second one is the premix laminar flow burner. Total consumption burner is also called as the turbulent flow burner. First of all, we will talk about the total consumption burner. Here that is shown there, construction is shown there. It is made up of, how it is made up of? It is made up of three concentric tubes which are shown in the figure. You can see in the figure these three concentric tubes are there. The central tube, the central tube is a fine capillary. Then the sample solution is carried up by capillary tube directly into the flame. The fuel gas and the oxidant gas are sent to the burner, that is a burner head, separately, which mix only at the tip of the burner. It is simple to manufacture and all the sample droplets, irrespective of their size, are evaporated hence it is known as total consumption burner. The flame produced is noisy and turbulent. The flame whatever the produced by this total consumption burner is noisy and turbulent. and it may forms the hazard of the explosion and small in cross section. See, hazard of explosion and small in cross section. These are the about the flame which will produce by this total consumption burner. The diagram of this another type of the burner is not so much visible. Premix or laminar flow burner. In the PDF you can see it is just like visible, but here it is not visible properly. But you have to remember this thing. See, any burner is there. In that there should be two things are required. One should be the fuel gas and another should be the oxidant gas. Here see, in this burner you can see these things are the to mix. The name itself shows that the premix means first of all you have to mix that sample with the these gases and then it will send to the to produce the flame. In premix burners, what happens? A small droplet of a sample solution is produced in the vaporization chamber. The large droplets are trapped by that buffels and drain off. These buffels are there. These all are these buffels. In that the larger droplets are trapped and drain off. The fine droplets is mixed with the fuel gas or oxidant gas and sent to the burner head where it burns producing a flame. Only 5% of the sample is introduced into the flame and rest is wasted. Consequently, few atoms are excited, resulting emission intensity is weak and leading to the loss in sensitivity. It is not that much sensitive. We can see there should not be the loss. What is there? If we are introducing the 10 ml sample, out of that only the 5 ml or say 2 or 3 ml will get activated and other will getting the lost and it will become the waste. Buffels are there. The role of the buffels is there to trap the larger droplets and the fine droplets only allowed to mix with this particular fuel and the oxidant gases and that will send to the tip of the burner where that will burns and gives you the particular flame and that flame the emission intensity of this flame will be weak leading to the loss in sensitivity. Okay, this is all about we have talked about the premix burner. The first burner was the total consumption burner. Second burner is the second type of burner is the premix. The name itself indicate that the premix is nothing but the mixing is there. Okay, or it is also called as the laminar flow. Whereas the total consumption burner is also called as a turbulent flow burner. PPT is not working. Then the next point is that in this particular thing is that the flame produced is non-turbulent, noisy, and less stable. These are the advantages of this particular premix or say laminar flow burner. Sensitivity and reproducibility of the result are more. Vaporization, atomization, excitation of the atom takes place efficiently. Now we have to talk about the mirror. We have seen collimating mirrors are there. A concave mirror is placed behind the burner. It reflects the light coming from the flame to the filter or monochromator. Then the monochromator, what is the role of monochromator? It allows the radiation characteristics of the element to pass through, but it will absorb all other that wavelengths. When the monochromator rotate, different wavelengths are focused one by one on the photocell. This scanning helps to detect several elements simultaneously. There are the two types of the monochromator are used. I already said quartz or say glass prism, diffraction grating. Here we have used the diffraction prism is shown there. You can use the diffraction grating to get the accurate that particular monochromatic ray. Then the photocell, or it is also called as a detector. The beam from the monochromator falls on the photocathode of the photocell. The resulting electric current is amplified and then sent to the reader. Photomultiplier tube is used as the is used. Then the magnitude of the electric current produced is directly proportional to the reaction of emitting element. Now lecture चालू है. Then the readout meter, the output from the photocell is measured by suitable galvanometer. It shows the amplified current on a meter. Very simple it is. You can see here we have seen the two types of the burner. They are important. The 5 marks question may come on this particular type of the different burners. Okay, there two types of the burner we have seen which are very much important as per as this particular FES is concerned. One is the we have seen that is the first type is the total consumption burner or say turbulent flow burner. Write a note on burner used in the flame photometry or say flame emission spectroscopy. There will be maybe that particular total consumption burner or say premix or laminar flow burner. In the this particular instrumentation part, we have seen the basic components, that is a flame or say burner should be there, collimating mirror is there, then the prism monochromator is there, then the photocell is there, amplifier is there, and the readout meter. Then the preparation of the sample solution is a very much important step while performing the FES analysis. Okay, for this purpose we have seen the nebulizer or say atomizer is used to convert that sample salt solution is in the spray form or say fine spray form, you can say. that we have seen the basic requirements, or say what should be the requirement of this particular sample solution, or so we can call it as a substance which we are going to that particular estimate. Then we talk about the burner, or say flame. Two types of the burners: total consumption burner and laminar flow burner. We have seen the diagram of these two burners are separately shown there. You have to draw the diagram is having marks, then the explanation is having mark, then you have to write the advantages and the disadvantages of this particular burner. It has the marks, and I shown which things will be there for the MCQ purpose, that you have to prepare well. If you have any doubt, any difficulty, you can ask at any time. Then we have seen the role of the different part. What is the role of the mirror? What is the role of the monochromator? What is the role of the detector? And what is the role of amplifier? And then what is the role of the readout meter? That we have discussed for this particular instrumentation part of this flume photometry. You got this part? You have any doubt, difficulties, you can ask. Sorry for inconvenience, that particular diagram is not properly visible because whatever the notes can by the earlier students, it has that particular problem because the diagrams are drawn with the help of the pencil, and that's why they are that are not visible. If you are having any problem pertaining to this part, you can ask. Very simple topic is there. You have to prepare this lesson on your own. You have to read that whatever given in this particular instrumentation or any part, you have to read it properly, read it again and again, then only you can remember it well. And whenever any exam is there, you have to write the answer in your own words. And it is I am again informing you that from the next week there will be the practical. Starting of the practical will be there. We will discuss and we will explain the practical to you. You have to bring that paper, both side ruler paper you have to bring, and on that paper you have to write the practicals. We will send one practical, we will discuss that practical. You have to write that, you have to left that reading in the when you come to the college, when the college will start, when you come to the laboratory. At that time we have to perform this experiment and then we have to write the readings. Now we will see the example. For the example purpose of view, we can take that reading. Okay, you have to write all the practicals whatever we will discuss on this particular online meet. Okay, we will send that one practical daily on that particular day. Means in the next week, first on the Monday physical will be there, first practical of the physical will be there. On the Tuesday inorganic, Wednesday organic, then the Thursday analytical, and the Saturday drug enzymes. We will explain daily one practical. That concentration will explain that practical. You have to write and then you have to maintain that pages. Okay, any doubt? Now session is open for discussion. Okay, you can left now.